Hello, Grammy Antonia here. I just had to get out of the house for a while. Thought I'd check in with y'all. Has anybody been watching the hearings today for the Secretary of Defense? Just depressing to me. Song that's been running through my mind for about, I don't know, a week, I guess. It's an old song by the Alan Parsons Project, or Alan Parsons Band. Y'all remember that song? I don't care what you do, I wouldn't want to be like you. Oh, if I had a mind to, I wouldn't want to be like you. If I was high class, I wouldn't want to be like you. Oh, I don't care what you do, I wouldn't want to be like you. You know, we say sometimes that the Republicans, the MAGAs, the Trumpers, Trump himself, all of them on that side of politics are trying to stick it to us Democrats. And they are. They just want to stick it to us. So when I sing that song, that's what I think of. Because we all have those feelings sometime, I guess, where you want to get even with somebody, or get back at somebody. But I can honestly say, as God is my witness, I have never plotted and planned and sat around and thought about ways to get back at somebody that has hurt me. And I guess that's why I have depression sometimes. Sometimes, you want to say things to people. Let me tell you about this, or let me tell you about that. And there's a lot of people do that. Just neighbors and co-workers, acquaintances, that you deal with. And they just love talking about each other. Makes them feel better if they can find the bad things about somebody else. It makes them feel good. I'm sticking it to them. I've been through 2 divorces. The first one was simple because he just didn't want to be married. He didn't want the responsibility of a wife and a child. He couldn't settle down. I think I've mentioned that before. Immaturity. In fact, my mother even told me when I first started dating him, she said, "Don't you think you're a little bit old for him? Or he's too young for you?" Well, we were exactly the same age. Only 2 days between our birthdays. So that was my reply to my mother at the time. Well, Mama, we're the same age. She really didn't say much else. I guess she thought maybe it would just blow over. But I was naive. And for those of you that don't know, I'm going to say it again because it had a big effect on my life. That my mother was killed in a tragic plane crash in 1969, my senior year in high school, and I was 16 years old, 2 weeks shy of 17. So I was very young. Daddy was just old school when it came to girls, I guess, and it was just me and my sister, so he left most of the raising up to Mama. I mean, they supported each other in the way we were raised and taught, but you know, you got to remember it was back in the 60s, you know, I was born in 52. And then my second divorce, like I say, the first one, easy peasy, because he was ready, just let me go, you know. I expected too much from him as a husband and a dad. But the second one, we were married 9 years, and he had a daughter that was a month between the age of my daughter. And then I said before, I got pregnant real soon after we got married. So we had another little girl. So I had 3 little girls I was raising for the 9 years we were married. And again, naive. But he wanted to tell me that everything that my beliefs, my thoughts on everything, it just wasn't right. You know, that's not right. That's not right. And even when I was raising the girls, I wasn't doing right by them. I wasn't telling them right. I wasn't. He even commented on my earrings one time. We were out to eat, and I had these long, kind of dangly earrings. I was enjoying myself. He took me out to eat. We were having crab legs, and I love crab legs. So we're sitting there at the table with our plates. I'm feeling, you know, dressed up, nice. And he looks over at me and he says, you know, I never did like women that wore dangly earrings. It was just such a downer. I mean, because he was the type that, you know, everything I did, you know, I just wasn't doing things to suit him. And then the very first boyfriend I had that I actually went on dates with, he was very jealous and possessive. Very first boyfriend I had. And of course I didn't tell my mama because I was like 14 at the time and he was a senior in high school. And where we lived, the little community we lived in, and I told you I went to a very small school, like 200 from first grade to 12th grade. Anyway, all the people we knew thought that me and him made such a cute couple. I enjoyed, you know, getting to go to a movie or getting to go to a ball game or, you know, when he'd ask me out. because we were in a very remote area. So I enjoyed that. And it wasn't that I didn't like him, but I mean, I was too young to know what love was. He automatically was telling me he loved me, questioning me whether I loved him or not. Too young, too stupid to say no, you know. So, then we'd go out and go somewhere, and then he would plead with me to marry him. Let's get married. Let's run off and get married. Now that I did. I said, no, I'm not ready to get married. I knew that much. Plus, I knew it would break my mom and daddy's heart if I ran off and got married at like 14 or 13. I mean, ridiculous. But anyway, I never wanted to get back at anybody for hurting me. I just didn't. And with my divorce, the last divorce I got, the second one, people seem to perceive it as just a, you know, he said, she said kind of situation. And it is a he said, she said. But when they lie, you know, or tell what they think is the truth. And I wasn't trying to get him back. I was standing up for myself, for my beliefs, my ideas. I knew I was a good person. I was a good mother. I was a good wife to him. I mean, we went to church every Sunday with the girls, and the only thing I did was kind of respond back to him when he was always telling me I was wrong about everything. And we just got where we argued all the time. And I tried to just tell him I couldn't live like that anymore. But he wouldn't have it. I mean, you know, you're not going anywhere. And especially with the daughter we had together. And he adopted my eldest daughter, but then when she went with me, he just kind of let her go. But anyway, like I say, I've been watching those hearings, and we've been listening to this MAGA Trump Republican stuff for so long now. And they've got in their heads the way a woman is supposed to be. And if she's not like that, then, you know, she's wrong. And what I saw in those hearings today was when they were talking about Pete Hegseth saying that he had said on many interviews that he didn't think women should be in combat in the military. And at one point he even said, well, really, I don't think women should be in the military. And then 30 days later, after he was chosen by Trump, he comes out and makes a complete flip. Says, oh no, he thinks women are good warriors and all that, and he's for women in the military. Well, someone questioned him on that, and about him changing his mind and so quickly over something that important. But it put me in mind back when Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barron had their hearings for Supreme Court justices, and they were questioned about Roe v. Wade, and they would, every time they were questioned about it, they'd say, we will follow the rule of the law. Yes, it's the rule of the law, and we'll follow the rule of the law. And in their minds, they knew they were going to do everything they could to overturn Roe v. Wade. And it wouldn't be the law anymore. So that's what I feel like Hegseth is doing with women in the military. Oh yeah, right now that's the way it is, and Trump's not in the presidency yet, but when he does, he'll have the complete backing of President Trump, and it's possible that women won't be able to serve in combat. Well, I've never wanted to be in the military. It's just not my thing. Never had any desire. I was proud of my daddy's service during World War II. He was in the Marine Corps, 1st Division. But I didn't have that desire to be in the military. But a lot of women do. And I think that's fine. And a lot of women have no problem being in combat zones and training to be in combat. And I think that's fine also. But anyway, it just, they're deceitful. And they're sneaky. And they lie. And it's depressing. Anyway, that's about all I wanted to say today. I hope this made some sense. I don't know. It seemed like I kind of jumped around. But I love you all. And talk to you later. Bye. Grammy.